It's the holiday season, and Santa Claus is coming round. The Christmas snow is white on the ground. I don't have a Santa Claus. I have a hula girl. So that's the closest I've got to something that I can say the Christmas snow is white. All right, well, anyway. Hey, everybody, this is Steve Miller, better known as Kelly's dad, marketing gunslinger. Thanks for joining me again this week for another Uncopyable Business video. Last week, I talked about doing a personal assessment. I had some questions for you to take to see how you did for 2017. A little bit of an unorthodox, very short assessment that I had last week. If you didn't take it, then go back, watch last week's video, and take that. This week, I'm going to talk a little bit about, this week I am going to talk about your business assessment, but from a marketing perspective, from a make money perspective, okay? I've got 5 questions for you to answer, rate yourself on, and see how you did, how you're going to do in 2018. Question number 1. Let's get right into it. Okay, number 1. This is a big one. This is a big one. This is assuming that marketing is important to your business. Now, if it's not important to your business, you can stop this video right now and go do something else. If marketing is important to your business, question number 1, what percentage of your time did you spend on marketing for your business? Now, understand that Peter Drucker, who one of my big, heroes, one of the top management theorists, and probably actually was one of the was considered the godfather of management theory. He used to say that there are only 2 functions in business: marketing and innovation. Marketing and innovation are the only 2 functions in a business, and everything else is there to support those 2 functions. So you got to use marketing to go out and make money. You use innovation to separate yourself from the crowd. So the question is, what percentage of your time this year did you use to above the line, okay? Right? The X over the Y, as I often talk about, above the line, to generate revenue for your business. Now, the below the line are all the costs, everything that it takes to run your business. And granted, that might include getting new equipment, if you're in manufacturing, new machines. But those are costs. So what did you do? What percentage of your time was focused on marketing and even innovation, on separating from a competitive perspective? What percentage of your time? Ask yourself that question. What percentage of your time overall did you spend on that? And and understanding how important that is. Now, here's the issue. The problem with that is that a lot of business owners and a lot of leaders in business tend to get wrapped up in the day-to-day stuff, and day-to-day stuff being more operations focused than they are on growth focused. And we do all that stuff, and yeah, it's all very important. But working on operations does not make you money. Okay. Working in operations, you can be more efficient with your money. You can save some of your money, but it doesn't make you more money. Marketing and innovation does that. So that's number 1, is what percentage of your time did you actually focus in those areas? Number 2, how would you rate the result of your efforts in those areas? On a scale of 1 to 7, we'll say 1 to 7, all right? 7 being highest, how would you rate yourself as accomplishing a super effective marketing plan or effective innovation plan? Now let's just talk marketing for right now, because marketing is really driving the new business, new revenues for you. Now that includes keeping current customers. See, that's what marketing is keeping current customers who continue to do business with you in the future. But you also want them to not only continue to do business with you in the future, but you want them to also spend more money with you in the future, right? You want them to spend more money more often with you in the future. You want them to buy bigger ticket items or buy larger quantities of things from you in the future. And in addition to that, you also want them to talk about you. You want them to refer you. All right. So that's the part of keeping customers. Now, the other part of generating new business on your own, how would you rate yourself to do that, in doing that? See, think about the amount of time that you spent doing it. Was it 80% of your time? Was it 50% of your time? Was it 5% of your time? And how effective was that? How would you rate yourself on that? Now, question number 3 is, which areas of marketing, which types of marketing, are you the best? Were you really, really good at? Were you really, really good at direct marketing? Whether it's direct mail, direct marketing, right? Or, were you really, really good at direct response marketing when you ran advertising and things like that? Were you able to actually connect the dots between your marketing efforts and ROI? So question number 3 is what areas of marketing were you best at? On a scale of, and if you go back and you think about the different types, whether it's social media, whether it's direct mail, whether it's trade advertising, trade shows, all of those, which ones were you the best at? And number 4, obviously, the question is which were you not so good at? Which ones did you suck at? Did you invest money in, invest time in, and just really didn't get much out of it? Because you want to think about those, right? The ones that you did best at, you want to ask yourself, okay, is there any way for us to blow those up a little bit, to get even better and make them more powerful tools for us? The ones that you suck at, you want to ask yourself, is it really worth it? Is it really, really worth it? Do we really need to do this? And is the return on investment, number 1, is it measurable? And number 2, is it worth the time, energy, possibly money invested into it as well? And if it's not, you have to question that. You have to question that and ask yourself, why are you doing that? Because the thing that I want my clients to be focused on is a singular focus of effort to grow revenues, to grow the above the line, and not only to grow revenues, but also then to come up with innovative ideas on how to separate themselves from the competition. That's the crux of my book, Uncopyable, is how do you separate yourself from the competition to where it is clear as a bell to your prospects, your customers, your clients, to the marketplace, as to why you are uniquely superior to the competition. And then question number 5 is, how would you change for 2018? What would you plan on doing differently in 2018 to grow your revenue? What would you do in 2018 to separate yourself from the competition? Now, if the answer to that question is you're not exactly sure on how to do it, or if the answer to the questions of that you were weak in a lot of areas and maybe not even very strong in other areas then you need to follow it up by saying, okay, well, if I want to be more successful, what do I have to learn? What do I have to learn how to do better? How do I separate myself? How do I learn how to separate myself? And these are questions that you want to think about going into 2018. So, some of those questions might be a little bit difficult for you, but if you answer those, it'll help you. It'll help you going into 2018. And if you want to download these questions, I think I've got a link for you down below here. If you're on my blog page, if not, go find my blog page. Go to theadventure.com/blog. And you'll find this, and then you can go download it there if you're watching this somewhere else, okay? So this is Steve Miller, better known as Kelly's dad, marketing gunslinger. Thanks again for watching my Uncopyable weekly video. Probably won't be back until the first of the year. Next week is Christmas, right? So me and my Santa Hula girl here wish you a fantastic holiday season, a wonderful new year, we're going to call it let's all have a mutually profitable 2018. And Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Mele Kalikimaka, Omedeto Gozaimasu. Hope I said all those things right. Did I say I was Kelly's dad, marketing gunslinger? I think I did. So, I'll see you next time.